All right, I have finished these guys. I have added in all the little tags and journal cards and everything. And now I need to add in the signatures. The signatures are going to go in between each of these areas here. So I'm going to put one here, and then flip it over, and I'm going to put one here and one here. So there's 4, right? 5, 4 signatures in each one. Let's see here. I got them already. Wait, let's see here. No, I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 signatures. So 5 signatures in each one. I think I have, 5 here. And I'm going to put each one of these in here. And I know I mentioned in one of the videos that I was thinking about putting a different variety of papers because I just used kind of a different combination of the same papers for each signature. But I decided I'm just going to keep it the way I have it and just use the coffee dyed paper, the straw paper, and then the music paper in these. So I just kind of did a combination of those throughout each one of these. And I'm going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch for this. And then just kind of use these instead of trying to find different papers. I kind of wanted to keep it a little more simple. Most of these you can write on. Obviously, the music paper you would need to put like a panel of coffee dyed paper or something in if you want to write on it. But that could be a good place to do some, like put a picture or a photo or do some other collaging on here. But these other pages were nice and plain, and I thought it'd be best for journaling. So I decided to keep it with this instead of putting pattern paper in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this black and white one. I was thinking about using red and white, but I do kind of like the contrast of this. And you are going to see it, but I kind of think this is going to look nice. I had considered using wax thread, but because these are pretty simple signatures, they're not very big, I didn't feel like I needed to use a stronger wax thread for these because they're not going to have as much weight on them as they would have if you were using it in like a bigger journal. So I decided to go with this. This is strong anyway. It's just not the wax thread, but I think this is going to work perfect for this particular book. So I just want to get out my tools here. And I think because I'm just going to be sewing this with a smaller amount of paper, I don't need an awl and all that fun stuff. So I think I'm going to keep it pretty simple and see if I can just use my needle here and just stitch these in just the way they are. So what you do need to do is make sure that these are nice and stacked and everything is sitting nice. I'm going to go real quick and see if I can find like a paper clip just to hold these together a little bit easier for me. I'll be right back. All right, I found 2 little clips. We're going to use a paper clip. And I have another little clippy. This will work perfect. Just to hold the pages together so they don't fall around on me while I'm trying to do this. So I'm just going to stitch these in, and I'm going to go towards the bottom of this tag here. So it fits right in here, and you won't be able to see it over the edge of this. Now I do have this fabric, so you wouldn't be able to really see it anyway, but I still want to camouflage it, and I want to fit it into this square here and not go up here towards the tag shape of the page. So I'm going to keep it down here. And I'm just going to tuck it in. And like I said, because it is not very, there's not very many papers, I should be able to poke through just with this needle without having to do a kind of poke hole, if you will. So I'm going to try it this way and we'll see how it works. And if this doesn't work, we will just revert to pre-poking the holes and going from there. Like I said, I'm going to just eyeball this. I just want to make sure that I don't go past the bottom. So I'm going to go up just a hair. If you can kind of see just a hair above this, and it's still within the tag shape. I don't want to go up too much, and I'm going to keep it right about there. I'm going to make sure this paper is going to fit in there too. And so I think that's going to work pretty well. So I'll do this first one on camera, hopefully, if I can do this okay. And then I will do the rest probably off camera just because it's a little hard to show on camera. So I'm going to go find about the middle. I don't need to be super exact, but I want to get it pretty much in the middle. And then I'm just going to poke it right through. And that looks like it's going to go through perfectly. So I'm going to stitch through this way. And I'm just going to have a lot of excess over here. And I can play with that later on. And then what I want to do is I'm going to poke, I think I'm going to poke through this way to get the hole. Because I think it's going to be a little easier to poke through, and then I will come back around the other side. So I'm just going to poke, I don't know, just a little bit above where I, the top here, probably right about there. So I have that coming through. So I'm going to come around and use that hopefully, maybe. Let's see. Let's see if I can get that in. Maybe. Nope, not gonna work the way I was hoping. That's okay. We can still get it in. Like I said, this is a little bit fiddly. I always have trouble sewing signatures in on camera. I'm just like, I have to move the book around so much and I can't have it like it needs to be for you guys to see it very well. So I tend not to do it on camera for that reason. So let's just do it this way. All right. There we go. I'm going to use the table to push it through. That is a bit fiddly, but I got it to work. So I'm going to come through here. And it might have been a good idea to actually clip it onto the actual book. So lesson learned. I think I'll do that the next time. So I'm going to come down here and go about the same distance. I do want to catch this page here. So I'm probably going to go up a little bit further just so I can catch this page. And I'm going to poke through here. Let's make sure it's all lined up okay. Yes, this is very fumbly. I don't know how anybody else. I watch other people do this on camera and they do it so well. And I always struggle with doing this on camera. So stick that through. Make sure the twine is going to lay flat. All right. And now I just want to make sure everything's taut. I have quite a lot of excess over here, so I am going to pull it through a little bit if I can, just so I don't use up so much. There we go. And then I'm going to go through the same middle hole here, and you want to make sure you're not catching the twine you put through first, otherwise it's not going to stitch right. So sometimes I'll hold this to the side a little bit, and then that will make room to get in here. So let's see if I can do that. So come right through the same hole. All right. And then make sure this thread is on the one side and then this thread's on the other side, because then you can catch this middle thread here. And because I have this and I don't want to pull it too tight because there's just not a lot of strength with these pages because there's not very many of them, I'm just going to do a light tug. Just make sure it's tight enough. And then I'm going to tie this down. I'm going to trim this off to make it a little easier. So I'm going to tie this down. You always want to pull in the direction that the thread was coming so you don't rip your pages. So I'm just going to do that kind of tight. The wax thread does work a little bit better as far as like kind of holding it in place, but I think for this application, it's fine using this twine instead. So I'm just going to do about 2, I think, and I'm going to check it to make sure everything's good. That seems pretty strong. Make sure the pages aren't too wiggly in there. Yep, they're holding in really nice. So I'm going to trim it off just a little bit more so the ends are even. And then of course, whoever gets this can trim it even more. So let me pull this off. Let's see how it turned out. So let's see. So flip the page, and then I like to push them down a little bit just so it lays flatter. Sometimes when you're putting them in here, you do want to use a lot of good creasing motion to make sure that they're creased before you start. But when you put them in the book, they tend to kind of still get a little bit flayed open. So I like to come back through and just do another good press down. And I don't know if I showed on camera, but I did take the washi tape here on this music page because it's very brittle. And I use that to reinforce the spine of that so that it doesn't break in the book. And then this one's just gonna have this flap. So that worked out perfect. So that is the one signature. Everything is fitting in nicely. There's no overhang. It's just right through inside the stitches. And then you have this little journaling spot. So for the rest of them, I'm going to do off camera, and then I'll show you the end result after I get everything in this book and in this book. I'll be back shortly. All right, the little tag journals are all done. I've sewn in all the signatures and added all the pockets, journal cards, tags, and everything. So I wanted to show you a little flip through of the 2 tag journals. So this is the first one. This is, I would say, like a little robin kind of bird. I'm not quite sure what kind of bird this is, but this is the front cover of the first one. And so as you open it up, you can see that I have tags in each of the spots or a journaling card, lots of space for journaling. And then each of the signatures has journaling pages. They all are the same pages. I ended up not changing the pages out for different pages. So I was thinking about possibly putting some pattern paper or something like that. But I thought this would be best because then you have a lot of journaling space. So I did it this way instead. And this music paper, you can actually add page photos, or you can do some coffee dye paper or put some pattern paper over the top of this if you like. But now all the signatures are sewn in, and each of the little sections has this notebook section. And so you can see this is how it goes. And then I have a flip out on here. And then this is just up the pattern paper. Again, you can put photos on here. You can add some extra paper if you want to add like some coffee dyed paper on the background and do some journaling here. You can just keep it decorative like this. And then this is the next section. And then I have the tag. This is one I think I showed you already that has this little flip. And that just, the corner just tucks in here. And then again, another little journal. I won't flip through all these pages. They're literally all the same. They're just in slightly different orders in each of the sections. And then here is a little journaling card in this belly band. And then the pages again, and then decorative page. And then this is the back, another journaling spot. And that just tucks in, and then we flip it over. Decorative card here, more pages. There's a little journaling spot. More pages, and then the tag. And then we're back to the front cover. So that is the first tag journal, and I'll show you guys the second one here in just a second. Hold on. All right, this is number 2. This is the one with the cardinal on the front, and it's going to be very similar to the other one. The tags and everything are a little bit different. They're decorated differently, but it's the same concept. Each one goes into the pocket. You have the little notebook here in the center, and then you have the decorative page. So here is the next one. Oops, there we go. I was grabbing it the wrong way. So here is the journal card, and it tucks in. More of that paper, notebook, decorative page. Another tag, tucks in, more journaling spots here, and flip out, decorative page, the back side with another journaling card, tucks into this belly band. And then we have this journaling spot, journaling card, a decorative page, little notebook pages, and a tag. So that is the second tag book. So they turned out super cute. I really like them. Like I said earlier, I think in one of my videos, I was inspired by Carol Laws. That's where I got the idea for these little journals. I will have these up in my Etsy shop if you guys are interested in purchasing them. They'll be separate listings. So if you guys are interested, you can check out the link below. If you have any questions about the journals, or you just have a comment that you want to share with me, I love to hear from you guys. You can leave that below. And if you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. That tells me I would like, or you guys would like to see more of these kind of videos from me. And yeah, I guess that's it. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.